Gross. Embarrassing. All right, we're back. So what are we doing right now? We are going to be working on our dragon. So we're going to try to explore how we want to set up our character morphs. So for our character, what we can do is cry. No, we can do a few tests because we got our geo node. That's working fine. We want to look at our low poly. And what we want to consider are data transfer. No, not data transfers. Displace modifiers. Because what we can do is constrain these displacements to certain groups. So we'll call these morphs. So we'll do morph size. So with this one, we can constrain our displace group to morph size, like so. Actually, morph thighs. I guess is what we want. Oh, what am I worried about? It's not going to make a vertex group. Morph. It's going to make a shape key. That's why I was confused. And let's actually go back and we're going to put an underscore on these when I'm making on the vertex groups, because then they're, well, they're at all. So undo that. We'll probably have a few of these. Bam. And we'll say 0.5, which is pretty strong. Actually, we'll just keep it simple. 0.1 for now. And then we'll go in with our gradient tool. Something like this. Paint it out. And then there we go. Now we can kind of adjust that influence. And we'll smooth it. And then I can turn this up to something Maybe not quite so ridiculous. But now we'll be able to bake this displacement. Cool. And then we're just going to keep going. So morph. What morphs do we want? We want to morph for the thighs. We want to morph for arms, I suppose. We're going to duplicate this. Morph arms. We're going to have a lot of these. We're going to have a heck ton. But just for now, we'll just keep things very simple. Doing it in such a super simple way. How's the modeling going? It's going well, Lee. Hello. Welcome. We're kind of just playing around with some adjustments here. For our character. As we want to be able to create some variety with the character. We'll just paint this one. Yeah, it definitely can be. Thankfully, in this case, we're not rigging. We're just more or less adjusting. What we're doing is creating shape keys. So our goal is to create some nice shape keys that we can use to create some fun stuff, fun shapes, fun deformation. Stuff like this, where if we go in here and just remove that from the group, it's going to create this deformation like that. So now when we adjust it, it should look a bit more like actual mousels. Mousels. How's your day going? What are you up to? It's not super strong. Let's turn it up one more. That's probably as much as we'll want for a slider. The thighs one looks a little weird. Let's adjust that one. I think we'll want the influence to be higher. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. Juicy. The butt will probably be its own morph. I don't know how much we want on the inner thigh, but that might be a little too much. Where they're not quite touching. Wish I could put this on a factor to adjust. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, good. That makes it nice and easy to see what we can do. Definitely a little cartoonish there, but yeah, we're gonna try to make some blend shapes. I prefer to work in methods like this, non-destructive thick slider, pretty much. Don't mess with me. Thick. And then we'll do one for the chest, I think. Chest and pecs. Make those bigger. Fun. But we'll keep them off once we're able to test them. So once we get them to a decent spot, we'll just turn them off. We'll go back in and of course make a one. So this will be morph butt. Then we'll get this one, name it morph butt. It's a cool way to do sliders. Thanks, Lee. Thank you. Excuse me. We're going in here, looking at the morph butt. We'll want to delete. And then paint. This one might need to be a hook modifier instead. I think if we displace too much, we'll see. Not worried about it just yet, but find out. Boom. Badonk. I think we move it up just a little and down just a little. But then right in the middle of them cheeks, we're actually going to kind of lessen it just so they don't push into each other too badly. Ooh, I'm glad. Oh, I see. That's only with the mirror mod. Yeah, actually, let's just select this loop and say remove. That way, yeah. Cool. That looks good. We'll do another duplicate, and this one will be morph chest. What add-on are you using for morphing? These are not add-ons. These are just the standard modifiers. And I'm using a displacement modifier with constrained to a vertex group. Usually it looks like that, but we can use our vertex group to change the influence, which is super handy. And we're just going to start by doing kind of a really strong one, and then just using the gradient tool to kind of lessen that impact. Yeah, I don't think I like the displacement because it makes everything a little bit pinched. So rather than use a morph, I'm going to delete that. And what we'll swap to is another deform called a hook mod. We'll call this morph test. Still the same name and still the same vertex group, which should be morph test. Let's make sure we're on frame 0. We're going to make an empty hook right here. We're going to call it exactly that, underscore hook chest. And we'll make a collection for these. And put that right there. Might need to put this video in a useful playlist for myself later. Is it okay if I put this VOD in place? Absolutely, absolutely. I always wanted to figure out how to do morphing for characters. You are totally welcome to. We'll probably go over at least the basics, kind of the more technical side. With VRC Fury, though, it's quite easy to set up once you have blend shape made. And I'll go over how we do that in a little bit. I mean, it really is actually quite simple. So once you have a modifier that you like, so let's say, for example, the morph butt, if I turn it on, right here on the modifier, you have a little drop down and you just save as shape key. And that's it. But you just have to make sure that you've applied it. You've already applied your mirror mod. Like any sort of generative modifiers, you have to apply before creating shape keys. Otherwise, you can't apply them. So the mirror and weld, I would have to apply beforehand. Can I type today keyboard? It's like every 5 words I mess it. Hey, no judgment here. If I have someone that's like, if I'm in the same room with someone, it's a little different when I'm streaming, but if I have someone sitting behind me watching me, I just stop being able to type. All right, let's grab that hook right there. And then what we'll do is on frame 0 or 1 or whatever the first keyframe is, we'll save the scale. And then on frame 2, we can start scaling it. And what a hook modifier does is it allows us to move stuff like it's attached to this object, like a bone almost. And so you can rotate, move, and scale. So right now we're just mainly scaling. And it's a little bit different than displace because it doesn't make things as puffy. Put in a private playlist labeled useful Blender videos. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully other people find some use out of it too. You're welcome to make it public. That's certainly not an issue with me. But get the word out. Sam Dutter. Sam Duddy. Yeah, we'll do something like that. And then we can combine that with our morph for the arms, which together give him quite a muscular look. That does not quite look like muscle there, though. A lot less like muscle on this one. I guess it's kind of there. If we just turned it down like that, that'd be good. Maybe I will push down the influence a little bit. Push it into the chest just a little, or that tummy. But we'll make a tummy slider too. Tummy. Muscle Dragon. Right. Muscle. Muesli. That didn't save because I did not keyframe the chest. But now we did. What next? I suppose the tummy. We'll make a tummy one. Tummy. Tummy. Do I use a hook for this one? I think so. So we'll duplicate this, and we'll call it morph. There we go. Now we'll take this hook and duplicate it, move it down to, you guessed it, the dummy. Okay. And we'll make, hello, Seraphina 2, welcome back. I'm doing quite well. We're making some morphs for this character. We're making him able to change, get some variation in there on this guy. Sure to watch this back later today and take notes. Well, good. Hopefully, I hope you find it helpful. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Apparently. Alright, so we're deleting. What did I just delete there? No, you cannot have my Discord. You're welcome to ask any questions you might have about making things, but if you're going to offer work, I'm not interested. Right. All right, so let's make a group. I was going to figure out how morphing was done, so this will be useful. Well, good. It's really just the hook and the deform modifiers. Those are the keys. Okay. Are you looking to commission me? Oh, heck yeah. Well, my apologies for judging there. Let me go ahead and send you my commission form right here. That's the best way to reach out to me for commissions. That's for avatars specifically. And then I'll go ahead and share my server here as well, my Discord server. So those are the 2 ways to reach out to me. Apologies for being so. I've had some other. I'm sure you can imagine some other people ask for work and things like that. So I was just a little defensive. Dummy. And we'll save that. And then here, kind of an odd one, but it will make a nice tummy. You can drop your username. It's just my name here. Same name as the Twitch name. Join the server soon. I start a project worth sharing or when I get around to it. Right now, still concepting my OCs. Nice, nice. Well, good luck with your OC concepting. Always fun stuff. A little more like pregante than chunky. I guess I'll want probably a beer gut. We're going to go a little overboard with it because I want it to be a slider more than anything. So once we have that, what we can do is turn the strength on and off, and that will give people the ability to kind of tweak it however they want. Dummy. Dummy. Oh. So now we can do. That looks. Those ones should not be blending together as much. So I think we'll do a bit of that. Something like that. Bam. And then on the dummy one. Check my Discord in just a moment. I think I do want it to be a little more round. It looks just kind of blocky. I don't know how to describe that. There we go. Don't worry, I might join the Discord tomorrow maybe. If I get around to it, let's find your Twitch, join Discord then. Bad Boy Dragon. Hello, Pepsi. Welcome. Yes, indeed. We're doing some morphs right now. Getting things made. Making a kind of an odd time to come in, but we're making a bunch of morphs so you can edit the character. Wow, that badonk. Well, Seraphina, if you are interested in getting commissioning me, definitely reach out through my Google form. That'd be the best way. I probably won't respond to my Discord until you reach out through the form, just so I know you're serious. Or I might join the Discord tomorrow. If I get around to it, just find your Twitch. Still, you didn't add me? I did not yet. Go ahead and reach out through the commission form first, if you're interested in a commission. Hello, Namers. Welcome. Dad, bod, drag. Yeah, pretty much. I think the chest more. Maybe it should make the neck a little bit bigger. I don't know. That looks pretty good overall, I would say. And let's take these and put them into our hooks collection. Yeah, I kind of get the bot. I get the feeling that you're a bot, Seraphina. Sorry, I'm not talking to you, Popstar. There's someone on Twitch that's reaching out to me. Sorry for any confusion there. There's a yes. See you, Seraphina. Definitely kind of an odd way to reach out. I think no, Popstar, you're totally fine. I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. There's someone on Twitch. If you check the chat here, you'll see other people from Twitch messaging on my video right down there. I can share my ArtStation. It's also in my commission form. Where is it? Maybe. Yeah, right there. All right, so now we've got these morphs. I would like to test them. There's not much to test. I mean, this is what it's going to be like. Is there anything else to really do? I think so. Okay. All right, we left off on texturing him, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to go back into Substance Painter. Oh, thank you, Serafina. I appreciate that. Okay, so what we're going to do is on our mask here, we would like to add a generator for the curvature set to multiply. I just want to see what it looks like when we kind of blend out the scales that we have. This is a very harsh cutoff here. I thought about getting an ArtStation. Is it good? If you're looking to get hired for this kind of work, then it is worth looking at. If your concern, if you just want to share your own work, I think if you're just looking to share your work, DeviantArt's probably better, or other art sharing sites that are free, like a card or something like that. I don't think it's necessary, because really your concern is just having good work, and all it is a site for sharing portfolios. So just want to make a portfolio. If you're looking to get and do freelance work, then I think ArtStation is probably the way to go, because that's what people expect in the industry. I don't trust DeviantArt. Fair. All right, well, that will limit some of the influence of the scales, or the look of it. It's kind of nice because, oh, sorry. Then I think I can blur it out right on the edges here. Start in DeviantArt and graduate humbled to ArtStation. We're going to add a paint at the bottom. Thanks, Nammers. Yeah, I'm enjoying the effect. Can't decide if the normals should blend or replace. I think blend. Shiny! In fact, actually, I can do a matte cap texture using the mask we've created here. So we could do something like actually do make it a little bit shinier in those areas. It's a little strong there because we have just replace on. I think if we do add and then kind of push the border in, something like that, it's a little hard to see. Or let's get rid of this mat cap, change the border back, and do a gradient. A gradante. Not touching even art. I want to make it. Might make an art station if it's good for showcasing progress. So that pop star clap. I think for progress, art station should be for your finished pieces. If you're going to make a portfolio to show to clients, it should really just be your final pieces. If you're going to make a portfolio if you're going to make a spot to share work, something like even Twitter, a little more casual, because clients are expecting. You don't. A lot of the times with the client work, you just want to show them your best work. If they ask to see your work in progress, then you can share that. But if you're trying to get hired, I would recommend only sharing your finished work. I'm saying any sort of casual. When I say casual, I mean to imply like a non-portfolio website. Okay, sounds good. That's what I want there. I think so. Just gives it a slightly more lustrous look. It's okay. It's okay. Just okay, though. I'm going to reset this. Ah! What the? Weird. Popped up. What the? Why is it full screened? There we go. Blend perceptual, blend classic, fixed. Interesting. So you have these other ways to blend those. This should reset the whole thing, but it's not. Okay. Let's try that again. Another matte cap. I would like to use something like this silver here. This looks really cool. We'll do double-sided, and then we'll mask it. That's just showing up in the actual scales themselves. I think we'll just only do multiply. So a little bit of add. Something like that. I don't know. We'll play around with that. I might do that a few times. I feel like it's popping a little bit. Helps it pop. Yeah. And then it almost feels too shiny. I don't know. A little torn on this one. Thank you, Lee. Ooh, yeah. That looks really good right there. All right. Now. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, looking really good, I think. I'm gonna take the rim lighting and we're gonna push this to be a little bit darker. So I think with how shiny he is, or shiny the body is, we'll need that. And the rim lighting here, we will want this one to hide in shadow. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. I think I'm seeing something else. City. All right, looking extra shiny in this type of lighting. Let's switch it back to the default skybox for right now. And take our light. Yeah, the rim lighting's a little too strong now. Very noticeable. Looks glossy too. An extreme amount. Oops. That feels better. I actually kind of like that more. Wider. Okay. Good stuff. Load. Taking too long. We got a very strong rim lighting. Is that this? Really? Can't tell what's what. That's fine. That is just a reflection. Okay. Yeah. Okay. A lot of that is the mat cap then. I'm gonna take out the shininess on the mat cap and just up that multiply. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. All right. Now let's go back here to the coloring. We're gonna adjust a few other things. The roughness should have more of a breakup. That looks pretty strong. So we're gonna take our chest scales here. We're gonna add an anchor point to them. And above this, we'll make a template flat, which will drop right here. We'll call this chest scale shadows or border. And then use the fill to grab that anchor point we just made. Add a filter like a blur or bevel. Set it to inverse subtract. Now we can push it out away from the scales. Smooth it. Something like that. And darken it. Now, I don't think we want it this dark. Something right about there, so nice little shadow. But we will push in the height a little. Kind of make it squished looking a little. It catches the light. And then take the roughness and push that down. Down to right about there, so. I like that. Okay. Metallic, we will leave alone. Cool. That looks kind of interesting. Now we are creating this odd shadow here. Where is that from? This one, this layer. We have this blur. What happens if we hide that? Curvature. Our curvature map is a little fucked up. I'm just going to turn it off right now. And just let the ambient occlusion be a little stronger. like in the nose. The nose, I would like to be completely black. So I'm going to add a paint layer. And where to go in and just paint that. We'll put that below the blur. We already have a paint layer. Let's just delete that. Go to the paint. And right there, we got a nice little blur going on. Oh, that looks nice. All right. Do the same with the eye socket. Don't really need to. No one's going to see the eye socket. But it makes me feel good. It's nice knowing that it's in there. Also, sometimes you may be tempted to paint on the UV map in Substance, but there's a trick. If you paint in the 3D space, if you ever have to redo your UV maps, then your paint strokes will still work, still be in the right spot if you've painted them directly on your model. If you haven't, it sucks. And if you haven't, then you have to redo it. So there's a tip for you. Perfect. We'll paint on the ambient occlusion in here too. Ignore the crunchy toe. That's gonna be covered up. You won't even know. You won't even know. Good. Good to know. Boom. I'd like some sort of ridges or something to make these look a little more, pull them away from kind of the look they have right now. And we also want the tongue to have some detail. Additionally, the inside of the mouth, ooh, that's messed up. Inside of the mouth is messed up, but also should be dark. So to do that, I'm going to copy our gradient shadow template, go into the mouth template, paste it above the mouth, get rid of these other layers, and just use this one. Usually the 3D view updates when I move stuff around. There we go. A little hard to register. We'll switch over to the mask view to ensure we're hitting the right spot. By zooming in and then rotating, we can step into the mouth. And lastly, with our other painting layer, where will we painting curve AO? Also paint in this spot here. And maybe even this spot, the ear. Really more the eardrum. Just cool. Anything else? We have the eyeball textured right here. I think we just need to update the model inside of Unity. So we'll go ahead and export an FBX to here, export, save. All right, quite a bit cleaner. We didn't mark out the claw. The claw. Let's do that now. We'll do that up near the eye. Select boom and boom. And we just want to set the height to replace metallic roughness. I'm thinking they should be dark. I'll have to double check. Let's also add in the curvature here. So we get some interesting kind of ridges there. We'll add a filter, we'll add a fill with a noise, something like that, set to triplanar, and then set to multiply. That'll just give it some interestingness. I don't know how well that'll work, but save that. Export the textures. Go to Blender. Let's turn on body. Oop, not body baker. The non-baked. Well, that's, I know what's going on there. The ridges feel a little extreme. They look very plasticky. Definitely not black. That looks too extreme. The curve AO shadow we're using needs to have user 0 set to 0. Right. Then we need to pop open this. Guess this would need to go just above the base. Still tiny. Why is that? Because we don't have ambient occlusion enabled. That's something that we can turn on, use. Maybe I missed it, but how are those different combination of textures you got there, scale slash leathery face, combining? That is in the Poyomi shader, has these features called RGBA color masking. Okay, that's good. And what RGBA color masking does is it allows you to blend masks, tiling textures, or any texture really, with a base color, normal map, and a metallic and smoothness map. You can even use emission, I believe. And you have 3 channels, actually 4 channels, so you can do that with 4 different types of stuff in there. So you have a lot of options. It really does give you a lot to play around with. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I'd rather just make it a little less sharp. Yeah, okay, that looks a lot better. There we go. So that rim lighting was so strong. So strong. There we go. Okay, I feel that that's a little nicer. Now we're just actually getting some form. Well, something broke. But make this mask broke. Yep. And that one. Much better. Now our matte cap is too strong. It's not matte cap. What is that? Is that my other rim light? No. That is just actually the reflection in specular. No, not that big. That is the matte cap. Has to be. Huh. Has to be this. Aha. Okay. works. Um, and then it breaks my smoothness. There we go. All right. So I think here on these ridges, I would like to have I'd like to have kind of like a sharper or harsher, rougher texture on kind of the spikes. And like more of a horn material. And then these crevices to be darker. So to do that, we will make a new color. And we're going to call this Hjorn. And in here, we'll just make it a bright red so we can see where it's going. But the goal is to target these edges right here. That. And now we'd like it to blend a bit more naturally. So we're going to use one of our generated maps, our curvature, in order to target that more exactly. So before, after, before, after. So what it's doing, we set it to multiply because the curvature map helps us target slopes and curvature of the form. Then we can add a levels on top to kind of clean it up a little, sharpen it right onto those edges. Paint up a little bit more, maybe kind of push out side. A little bit down. Let's turn down the opacity. Down the opacity some more. And a bit more like that. All right. Now we know we're targeting these edges. We'll make it a little bit wider, a little lighter. Make them pop. Boom. Beautiful. Then we'll drop a template flat in here. And we're going to use an anisotropic noise. This one. We're going to use it as height. We're going to push down the height. Looks like it's rotated the wrong way, so let's rotate this 90 degrees. Let's tile it a little bit. Now we're getting this kind of cool ridged edge, which is what I was hoping for. And we don't need color on the noise, but I will add some roughness and pull it out. Same with here, I don't need any roughness. Upward. No metallic. Then on the noise, we'll add a filter. Maybe something like a warp. And kind of a little bit of something. Mr. Grip High. Wow, I wish I could do this type of 3D model. It's looking good, even if it's not finished. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're in the process of getting this character texture, and we do have him in Unity. We're also working on some blend shapes, like these morph shapes. It's gonna make beefy versions. It'll be fun. We're having a lot of fun. And I appreciate your kind words. Hope you're having a good day. Is there something between those whiskers? I'm not, if remember correctly, maybe the client said something about, yes, there is going to be a, like a frill material which we can turn back on. And we're going to make a separate Substance Painter file in order to bake these, because they are they're not super dense, but they'll need to be what am I trying to say? Oh, we want the shadow where it's touching to be baked. That'd be nice. Yeah, we'll be adding those eventually. Cool fish dragon. It's specifically a D&D 5e dragon, I believe, a shield dragon. Kind of a specific type. I'm not very familiar with it, but this is what I've been told. Buen dia. Hello, Christian, and hello, Chinua. Welcome, welcome. Nice, you're going to do some animations after that. For this character, since we're making them for VR chat, they'll be able to move and move with the character, whoever's playing them, or in the body. It's always kind of a hard way to say that, but whoever's piloting the character will have some control over that. I'd like to add noise. We're gonna do a fill texture. We're gonna use a noise. I'm gonna set it to multiply as well. I'm gonna tile it a little bit, just something to kind of change up our shapes here. Just soften them up a little bit. There we go. And I think maybe a little bit darker instead. Or lighter here. And then we'll do another pass to make the shadows in these crevices darker. Hola de suave. Soy Mexico. Hola, soy Americano. Those details look so nice. Substance is awesome. It is awesome. It is really awesome. Excuse me. All right, let's take a look in Unity. See how it's holding up. Very cool. Maybe let's take down the roughness. Not as shiny. And it's still quite glossy. What is contributing to that? It's quite strong. That must be the room lighting. Oh, let's now focus on the shadows here. So we'll call this horn highlight. And then we'll make another template material. Sorry, getting distracted. One moment. olvídate por del música. Yo no puedo pensar cuando está música. ¿Está música? Mi cerebro es muy pequeño. ¿Poquito? No, poquito. That's all the Spanish. Actually, very thankful for the lack of music. I wish I could. I really enjoyed playing music in the past, but I've just realized that I'm not very productive when there's music playing. I would love to be, but I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Okay, now we're going to add another generator on top. Once again, curvature. And this time we'll set it to linear dodge. No, multiply again, but invert it. And then we'll do a another fill with noise set to multiply as well. I don't want it to look dirty in there, but it shouldn't just be uniform, I feel. Then music copyrights and mutes out the tips. Exactly. And I do want to also have all these VODs available. All my streams are available on YouTube. Keeps me going, makes me keep my tunes going while being able to listen to the stream and work at the same time. Well, good. That makes me happy to hear. I think for our horn highlight, I'm actually going to make it even more metallic. I don't know. No, I will not do that. I lied. But for the shadow, I will take out the roughness, take out the metallic, turn on the AO. See how that looks. Copyright is a better reason law. Excuse me. I don't like, I think it looks kind of chunky. Let's try to take out the black and white spots there. And I think what we'll do instead is we'll actually filter, blur it a bunch, and then actually reapply the curvature again. Yeah, that does look good. Sick. Also, where's the horn? We have a horn here, actually. Am I missing that? Or no, we put it on its own material. In which layer you painted the shadow? It's not the base color, right? So for the shadowing, I do paint it on the base color here. So I will paint in shadows. And a lot of that is because in Unity, especially in Vrchat, you're going through a lot of worlds and the lighting changes constantly. By kind of actually painting in the shadows, baking them in, you can, even when there's no lighting, the character can still have their form kind of come through. Yeah. In fact, I'll show you. One of the other things I do a lot is we're just going to go a little overboard with it to start, is we use something called a world space normals. We'll put it up at the very top. Never mind. Actually, below the eye is the only thing that shouldn't be in it. That. Smart way to define the design details. Exactly, exactly. Just helps them stick around. Otherwise, they kind of get lost. But we're going to turn on this. So this is just a very light shadowing. Light way to get like some nice shadow in there just by relying on the kind of the shape of the character, because everything that's kind of below now has this nice little shadow on it. In fact, I'm going to duplicate it, set it to linear dodge, and we're going to go the other way. We're actually going to flip it to the other side of the body. Going to do the same thing. Push it to the top. Maybe not the top. Yeah, I think that looks good actually. Something like that. Maybe a little bit lighter. But this way we can just, gives our brain clues about how the form is turning. Oh, that's the world space normals generator. We'll even do another one. This one will be the front to back. Which will invert. This one we may actually have to put on its own layer. So this is kind of the top bottom. So we'll call this world base, top, bottom, duplicate. And this will be front, back. Excuse me. Now we'll reset it again. Generator, world space, front, back. Yeah. And we'll use the balance to kind of push it this way. Or we'll leave it there. Duplicate, flip it, like so. Push it this way. And then we'll actually do a filter. Invert. This is totally not super necessary, but I do really like the look of it. I think it just gives just a, like, there's no lighting on this character right now. This is actually just the flat color. But the world space normals, I mean, the normals in general is what is used to make lighting. So you can kind of fake lighting that way. Again, there's no actual lighting. This is what the character looks like in real lighting. But without lighting, we'll also get, and its filter mask got it? Exactly. Okay. Save. Definitely a little darker now. think we'll out of levels and push it around a little. In order to not darken it too much. A little goes a long way with this effect. All right. Good stuff. Do one more pass with pushing out the shininess in the crevices. So we're going to do one here. We call this roughness mask. It's going to make it bright red so I can see it. And then we'll do a generator AO. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's not what we're looking for though. We want AO. And we'll actually do another generator with curvature again. We'll invert and set to linear dodge. Now, the goal of this one is to lessen how shiny stuff is, because it's too shiny everywhere right now. It really should just be a little bit less shiny in some spots, in a lot of areas. There's maximum no shine. Take the curvature, move it down, put a filter above it, use the 3D blur. Another day of VRChat Modeler for a carrier lobby crashed. Why people can't sing should go on carrier whereas and fail miserably. Agent of Chaos Bro. Sounds like you're just a troll. I mean, if you can't stand other people having fun, I mean that's not a very good sign. It sounds like it just depends on your mood, buddy. I don't. Okay, well, if you're welcome to take out the the racists, but I don't know. It's just sorry for the knee-jerk reaction there, but definitely sounds a little intense sometimes. Guns blazing. Put it that way. I don't see my effect here. Fair, fair. Oh, it's set to replace. That's fine. It's not doing anything. I keep changing stuff here, and I don't see. Oh, it's because this is. Whoops. Whoopsie, whoopsie. When they start calling me configurator, that's when the game yeah, it comes out. That's definitely no good. That's no good. Well, certainly. Jesus. Well, that's VR chat for you sometimes. I love VR chat. Sometimes it's too much of just the internet. Condensed racism. Okay, that should be good there. And now, okay, yeah, doesn't that look better? We can see that the roughness now just isn't everywhere evenly. It's looking a little too much. Okay. Leave everyone wild. There we go. All right, that does feel better. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna switch up the skybox. We're gonna do something a little more fun, like a forest or courtyard. We'll just more interesting lighting. I wish I could turn down the visibility of the courtyard, but I have to go into my camera settings. Something like that. Although I do troll a little one time. Someone put a song called Rule 34 Weird, and I said that's where I'm at. Oh, listen, dude. This one person started crashing out on me for saying that over and over. What's the skybox do? So in virtual worlds, you kind of have to fake lighting. And so a skybox is usually what you see in the distance, like clouds or anything that's it's like the background to everything. And that can contribute to the lighting on your character. So you can kind of see how like the lighting here is picking up the warm lighting on the front. So it kind of reflects it. If I rotate it, it might be a little bit more, a little clearer on what's going on. But if I go here and I rotate it and let it go, you can see how the lighting updates. Yeah, this one's very fun. There's a dog in the background, just kind of cute. He's just hanging out. He's just chilling. Let's go ahead and export with the frill. Why is the density so high? Doggo! He's just hanging out. He's just chilling. I think that it should look like this. There we go. 46,000. That seems more reasonable. Okay. And the frill included. All right. Looks like the backyard of some of my friend ducks. Some sharp toesies. Tell you about the pedo situation. I think you provided some insight a little while ago. Not 100% sure though. Oh, I forgot to turn off the mirror here. Oh. There we go. And we have to do that for the claws up here as well. Well, hopefully nothing crazy is going on. Put it there. Here. And there and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can copy the mirror U over. And now we'd be looking at a very good set of claws. Oh yeah. I don't think they're supposed to be black, but that's certainly look very chunky. Friend dogs Beto, which used to be a friend, turns out enough friend, but still Beto, so he dogs him again just to confirm the details. Apparently, that person groomed. Well, that is troublesome. Time for them to go. The hell. Let's go ahead and just unwrap these normally. Making a diss track. Amazing. Excuse me. Yeah. Wait. Well, no, actually, I don't think we want to adjust the edges. We want it to be straightened out, but we want the edges to fall where they may. But due to the lyrics, my friend recorded his part already, and we have a beat now, and that's all that's left of me is recording my part. Amazing. Do I add a solidify? Well, certainly sounds like you keep yourself busy. Because that looks really cool already. That's version, of course. I didn't say that. Oh, my knee. So probably send the full version to your Discord or something later. So that sounds good. That's good. It's gonna be an interesting situation, I'm sure. Okay, let's look at the frill. This frill It's making me ill. Is it like that? Then we'll go to FBX. I should. I don't have a material for them yet. Oh, I do not have a material. Now we go here, go to shading, we'll turn on reflection and specular. I think we'll make it a little darker for right now. Ooh, interesting. Shiny. And I kind of want to see what transparent looks like. Definitely should not be that shiny. Intriguing. Not quite sure what I should be shooting for right now, so we're just going to leave it there. Aesthetics-wise, which is better, 3D or 2D lashes in VRC? Transparency is difficult. Up close, the 2D ones are going to look better. From a distance, they're going to look kind of pixelated. 3D for stylized characters, anime, toon, Overwatch style, Fortnite style, those are probably going to be your best bet. And hello, Novaraptor, welcome back. But when you're using like a cutout texture, it can get a little rough. I think for our frills, we're going to make a new UV map right there. Go back to them. Then on both of these, we're going to take them and scale them up. I want to say select this one and say fit to boundary. Oh, I guess rotate it. Fit to boundary. That's annoying. SX10. Fit to boundary. SY10. There we go. 10. Fit to boundary. There we go. Okay. The reason for that is we're going to use a repeating texture along the spine, which is going to look pretty cool. Excited for that. But we just need to set it up right. I'm going to go ahead and open up Instamat now and make that tiling texture. I'm going to get some water. How's your day going, Nova? Oh, sorry, Chinua, to follow up a little bit more. But 2D will give you the most realistic look if you're using Blender or something. If you're using like a texture, cutout texture. It's really just Unity that it's going to suffer the most in. 2D lashes look great for exaggerated style, 2D for realistic styles, MMO. Exactly. I just had grilled cheese. Oh, I'm jealous. Jealous for two reasons. First, grilled cheese is delicious. Second, I'm lactose intolerant. Hmm. All right. Made 2D lashes because I'm having a hard time modeling 3D one. Oh, oh, oh. Fair. I would recommend a lot of times when I'm making 3D models based on like a tune style or a reference, I will just get the reference image and model the shape directly on top of the reference image. So I'm not second guessing. I'm not trying to make something like try to hope that I get it right. I'm just gonna literally trace the image in 3D because you can, there's no reason not to. Sitting here relaxing, need to get my 3D model done in Blender. I'm having a little trouble with weight painting the mouth. What I found for any sort of orifice, like an eye or a mouth, is that you want to keep everything very evenly spaced. All your bones should be very evenly spaced along the mouth, um, and then just let them have some overlap between them, except for the corners. The corners you might want to be really sharp, so when you pull, you get that smile. But generally, very even spacing is the most important part. Okay, let's go ahead and add a blend. And in the blend, we're just going to drop this into the opacity mask. And then take the boom, boom. Let's do solid colors except for the background, which we will make have some opacity. Feed that in to the base color. So I'm just going to get this started and we're going to export some textures. RGB color mask is perfect. Yeah, that should be fine. We're going to export this into not body, but real. Select that folder. 512 by 512 should be fine. Let's go ahead and export back to Unity. Frill will take our texture and just drop it. Right. There. Okay. And I realized that for our frills, we're actually doing this wrong. We need the cursor right in the center. See much. Not so much difference there. Ah. It's because I adjusted the wrong map for both. That's okay. Easy to fix. There we go. Nice little shadow towards the bottom now. Let's get rid of the specular pretty much entirely. Back to Instamat. Let's do a, okay, we can adjust the levels here. Yeah, let's pick the levels. Doubly transparent stuff does not blend well. Okay, so we're not going to go that route. We're not going to go the route of transparent. We'll keep a texture there, though. Still feel like it's really hard to see whatever sort of texture we have on here. Is there something else that I'm missing? What's going on? Still feels really hard to see. Maybe I need my shadows on. Weird. What's going on? Let's get rid of, let's put this back to default. Skybox. Huh. What's going on? There's definitely more shadow right here than anywhere else. But there should just be a shadow. Like that. Sitting down. Oh, my eyeball. How's it going? Hello, Lokrin. Welcome. It's going quite well. We're working on our dragon right now. I think it's time we got his clothing in too. Why don't we go ahead? At that. How's your day going? Did I ever download the iPoly? I did. Free clothing. Pre-importing the clothing. I like to save kind of give myself a title for the step I'm about to take. Last time I tried Blender, I wanted to make a donut, made a duck. I got lost somehow. Hey, you know, but you have a duck. That's pretty nice. Can't go wrong with a duck. Oh, sorry. All right, I have to sign in. The holy donut should be a keychain together with the entry cube. Hmm. Okay, so this is not one I mentioned or gave to namers. Oh, please, Chrome, work. Jesus. Let's close Instamat. We'll come back to the frill tomorrow. I despise that always online step of theirs. Yeah, it's bullshit. Companies that do that can suck my nuts. Uh, I do select invert selection. Invert selection. All right, that doesn't work. All right, we'll do one at a time. That should be it. Perfect. We're going to tell the mesh to be quad. Be quad. Because I want to subdivide you. Yeah. Then I'm going to lower the particle distance to 10. And hit play. Don't forget to flip the normals on the back. All right, that looks good. Now we'll do that and reselect everything again. And then file. It's still playing. File, export, obj, client work, Dara. This will be, I guess, bakes. And we'll say no. Operation. And silver dragon and the one. The imp looks cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy that character. Excuse me. There we go. Actually, we can go ahead and close Unity for. I'll take a screenshot. Quick. Cool. All right, screenshots from there. Close that. Back to Blender. File, import, object. Yeah, that looks fucking cool. That looks fucking cool. All right. All right, y'all. That looks cool. Another band. Oh, I see. Okay. Oops. I did want the sleeves here. Though these outfits will be combined here. Okay. So nice job so far. Thank you. It's a big shout out to Nammers for helping me out, putting together some work while I was working. Work while I was working. We can just do boundary loop, deselect the top. Nammers has been assisting me with certain tasks while I'm busy with others, and they're kicking butt. So big shout out to them. Deselect that one. That should be everything. We'll grow the selection by 1 and then grow it back. There we go. And then what we can do is assign this to the weld group. And we can just slap a weld on there. So, all right. So now they are one. They have been combined. Cool. Oh, a lot of materials here. Hello, Skyfire. Authentic, you can just imitate with bevel and solidify. Exactly. Exactly. Well, we'll be actually probably bake these into mesh. We're going to be building over, so I'm going to do another cage around all of this stuff. So I'm going to start with this, and then. But hello, Skyfire. My day's been well. My day's been good, good and well. How about you? I'll probably have to close up this kind of sculpt in the shorts and pants to fill in this gap. Working on my community stuff, I've started Sky Furion community. Nice, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear things are going well and you guys are doing projects. And a subdivision. Oh, did I include this segment? Suppose this one be part of this one. A little bit of intersection there. That's no good. Does Solidify give it the same vert count in the underlayer it creates? It doubles it plus the rim. So a little bit more than doubling. And I think I'll get rid of the UV map for the moment. So we can slap on some. Cool. 413. All right. Ooh. Another chunk of time. Good. Looks really good. And we're just going to focus on creating the low poly for this, and then we'll call it a day. So you solidified, but how are you going to use this? Use it in this case. That sleeve is so wide, the thickness needs to show quite deep, right? You can turn off back face culling in Unity. So if you want to see the other side of something, you don't need to create geometry for it. You can just tell it to render that other side. So what I will be doing when we get to that point is simply just rendering the other side, but I want the thickness for when it bakes, because sometimes it'll get that edge in the bake. Not necessary, but I like it. Should be, we do have a subdivision. Oh, this here should have been part of the other one. Very cool. Really could have done this in one go since I'm doing the same operation each time, but that's okay. All right, good stuff. Beautiful. That looks so crisp. So crispy. Crispy. I think we'll have to do something to get rid of the frill. All right, so let's now take our high poly clothing, put it in there, and we'll make some sections for it. So we'll start with the coat, I suppose, which would be all these items. Coast. Coat. And then the pants, actually. That's all there really is. Coat and pants. All right, so now we'll make a new collection for the block low poly. And now we can begin our work on the retopology. So we'll start by making a little circle. And you know what? These should all be combined. Because I need to use first the mirror, then the subdivide, Then the deform shrink wrap onto there. Awesome. Cool. Pretty straightforward. It's going to be hard to ensure that the flip sections are disentangled, so we'll have to be careful about that. I think the simplest way to do this is just to mesh it. Well, let's duplicate. Apply and apply and apply. Now we have this mesh, which we will go into sculpt mode with. Turn on mirror. Use our slide relax tool. Just get that looking even. Even Stevens. This really is the shortcut for a lot of this stuff. It's pretty much my #1 activity when doing retopology. All right. Then we'll duplicate again, apply it again. Go back into kind of direct editing mode. Beautiful. This is going to be the hard part right here. I think I will actually delete this section right here. Throw this. It definitely is, though you can't avoid that forever with this kind of retopology, which is what I'll be doing right now. We're going to switch to 0.01. As much as I would like to. Oh, I have to make sure. You gotta watch out for this symmetry option right here. That could betray me. In fact, it probably already has, and I didn't even notice. Not even notice. Asymmetrical pants pulling a sneaky on me. How dare they? How dare they? I will kill them. Um, let's duplicate again, apply again. And then cut. And we're going to try to find the middle point here. Where this touch is right there. I think is basically what we're going for. This will not be perfect because it's going to be probably under stuff at some point. Right there. Awesome. But overall, that looks pretty good. And we'll do it again on this side, except maybe clean up here. A little bit closer to the edge if we can help it. Hmm. The passion for fashion is real. Passion, passion. I moved things around. Oh well, I'll live. Maybe. All right. Then I'm going to select it, go to Loop Tools, and say Space. So I do want to ensure that these are spaced as evenly as they can be. For all of them, really. Good enough for right now. Okay, now after we fix this again. Okay. Duplicate, apply that here, that there, that here, that there. Take one more cut here and here. Then we'll go back to here, duplicate one more time, apply one more time. Go into sculpt mode. Wow. Okay. Duplicate, apply. That's about it, really. Well, cool. Done with those? Turn on the coat. Take all the coat objects, combine them, and we'll make coat poly. And then we begin. Same deal. Generate mirror, subdivision, and wrap. Onto here above surface. Actually, I will exclude our belts from this. I think I will go back and exclude them from the other one too. And the reason I'm using this, perhaps you're wondering why it's so fast, is because this is box modeling. It doesn't look quite like a box, but it is box modeling. I try to use the same methods for everything if I can. A lot to be said for kind of standardizing how you work. Okay, so now that looks pretty good. Because if I had just taken a box, like a square, and extruded it, subdivided it, it would look very similar to this. Very, very similar. All right, let us apply the mirror, apply the subdivision, duplicate that, and apply it. No shrink wrap here. Why? No, there's shrink wrap. There is shrink wrap. We were just in the non-shrink wrap view, but there was shrink wrap. All right, once more into the breach, we're gonna do this again. Because I'm lazy and it works. Damn it, I broke it. Here's darn it. Basically, when I say box modeling, you're trying to keep it so that I could have made this directly from a box. Instead, I used a circle of 8 to start my extrusions and start my modeling, which is a subdivided square, circle of 8. A little hard to explain, but basically I just find that it just works a little better. Better. All right, now what to do about this sleeve? I think what we'll do is I don't really want to everything else. One, two, three, four. Might as well include these. And I'll leave that out. And I'm just going to mirror the other side in a second. Box modeling just means that you're using the amount of edge, like 4 edges. I'm being a little loosey-goosey with it right now. But Gotta be Stuffy Ducky in this case. It's all this fun. Ooh. Wait, duplicate and apply one more time. Almost there. All right. Ugh, probably have to do this on the other side too. Okay. The best way to do that. What is the best way to do it? All right. We'll have to work on the rest of that after. Generally, that's what it is. We'll go ahead, take this half, delete it, take this half, duplicate, 0.6, flip it, flip the normals. Shocking how little faces you need to actually make it look good. Yeah, especially once you get the normals baked in, things really do tend to look correct. Though this sleeve interior is pretty rough. Pretty rough. I'll have to figure out something there. Excuse me. Do another. That right there. All right. Well, lastly, this spot here, we'll cut. That's pretty much it. And then here. Alrighty. Another 10 minutes. For the height difference between the two materials on the collar, are you going to let the textures do it, or are you going to apply geometry to any part of it? Right here, I think I'm just going to let that bake. I think that'll bake well enough because it's pretty flush with the body. Yeah, most likely. If I bake it and it looks funny, then I think I'll come back and cut it up. But I think it's going to bake pretty well. Make a backup copy, which we'll call clothing topod. Topod. I think I found the problem to my multi-res normal bake conundrum. The image texture should be non-color, which for some reason can't be changed after some point. Interesting. Does that mean you have to bake it as non-color as well? I didn't add the what are these called? Straps. Straps. I think that I need to make the other straps as well. You know what? Those are fine. Those can just be. You need to clean that up a little. All right, let's unwrap the low poly. We go to UV editing. And just to keep everything in one section, mark the seam. I think put it on this side. Mark seam. And now we can just do this really easy. Take this. Actually, we'll start with the corners. All right. Shit. All right. Getting late now. I grabbed too many for this side. I think that we can actually stretch it out to here. Right there. Does. With that. All right. Powerful. All right. That in that image texture again of the UVs. See how we're doing. Doing pretty good. Pretty even. Stevens. Excuse me. Next, I am going to be a little lazy. Ooh. I think we'll have to cut the sleeves off. That's the only way. Yeah, with the weird little pocket interior. I don't know how else we'd do that. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to cut down here. Just going to do this part first because I'm lazy. It seems easier. Wasn't expecting it to be so off center. I guess because this is the other sleeve right here. Okay, and let's cut it. So 4, 4, 2. Cool. Glorious. Yeah, I guess let's do that. Putting my cursor there, please. Glorious. All right, that looks pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Cool. Actually, that'll work really well. Is there a tool on the layout to redistribute all verts in a smooth, same direction to the smooth brush? Um, well, there's the smooth brush when you're sculpting, which is just like the standard, anytime you hold shift, you start smoothing. And then there's the slide relax brush here. And if you hold if you have the slide relax brush selected, you actually get a different smooth, which is what will kind of redistribute and make them kind of even. So it's specifically the slide relax smooth. versus the normal smooth kind of mushes and like we'll even out that. The slide relax will try to even out the topology, if that's what you're asking. How would you redistribute without destroying the silhouette you made? That is exactly what the slide relax is for. It will keep the shape and just move the verts. Other than that, if that brush wasn't working, I'd probably have to move it manually on some level. If I really wanted to ensure that I'm keeping the same shape, I could always duplicate my object, and then shrink wrap to the duplicate so that I know that I'm maintaining that shape. It's a slide with a D, slide relax. That should work. Should work. That is really what it's for, is to keep the shape. All right, that should work decently well. So you still have to use the shift key. So when you're using the slide relax brush by itself, you push it around. If you hold shift, it's going to it's like a smoothing. It's the smoothing option of the slide relax. Yeah, it's a little goofy. It's pretty goofy, but it gets the job done. Excuse me. Good. Good. Yeah, it is. It is one of the best. One of the best. So Sam would like to join my community team as an avatar creator. I don't think I'd have time to contribute anything at the moment, but I believe I am part of your community. But I don't think I'd have any time to do much. Meet on Discord as well. I can invite you to it. I appreciate it. I just don't think I'd be that active in the Discord. But I appreciate the thought, Skyfire. Um, and I certainly wish you well with your community, growing your community. You're welcome to promote your Discord in my Discord, though. I'd be happy to let you do that. Bam. We did it. Yeah. All right, one sleeve down. And you know what? I think I'm feeling lazy. I swear I didn't delete the verts there. Oh, it's the meter. Bridge. Bridge edge loops. Okay. The laziness and the sneakiness. You know, it works. It works. It works. And there we go. So we are missing the sleeve interiors. Perfect. This is going to make for some nice, easy UV mapping. Single advice makes maybe redo the whole mesh. Thanks, Sam. You know, my other favorite saying when it comes to this kind of work: if you didn't do it 3 times, did you do it right? Did you even do it right? Turn it a little to keep the mesh under 25, but keeping the curvature of the breast butt shoulder with enough smoothness as to not look crunchy. A lot of times with curved surfaces like butts or breasts or cheeks, cheeks on your face, you will need to go in and triangulate the mesh from certain angles in order to kind of bridge the valley that appears when the mesh is not triangulating the way you want. And that will help quite a bit. Other than that, you would just need more topology. Sorry, looking at memes. More topology is the enemy. All right, I think it's time. I can keep working, but I'm losing steam, so I think it's a good time to call it. Let me go ahead and take some screenshots, and then we'll be heading out. Okay, so take a little screenshot with the clothing. I think I'm going to make this a little bit darker. It's easier to see what's going on. Did I take those screenshots? Yeah. Okay. It's time for the 4th Red Bull. Well, good luck with your Red Bullin'. I've already had my share of Red Bulls, my favorite drink. Okay, we'll save that. Really loving how the texture is coming together, though. Looks super good. Do one more screenshot here, I think. For you, I will subsist of water and lo-fi. Well, good luck. Oh, please tell me I saved recently. That's fine. The Marvelous Designer, I didn't do anything, but oh shit. Whew, okay, we're good. Whew, okay. I know I've saved regularly, so it wasn't that big of a concern, but I definitely hit discard when exiting it there. All right, y'all. With that panic-inducing click, it is time for me to end stream here. Thank you all for hanging out. Why do you like living on the edge? I save all the time, but no. If I had to redo it, I would have to redo it. All right, everyone. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll catch you all very, very soon. I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday, and we're going to be looking to probably put a bunch more time into the pony character because we're super close to finish with her. I think that we might just make the push and wrap her up sooner than some of the other avatars. Did some nice work. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that. Stay safe. Same to you, Popstar. Enjoy your evening. See you all soon. Bye, Eventide. Anyone else that's lurking out there, I'll catch y'all later. And just got to promote myself a little bit. If you're interested in commission or mentorship, go to samdoder.com or samdoder@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out. Saving is a compulsive tip. You got to develop that muscle memory for it to control S. Oh, I do it even when drawing on paper now. Thanks, Even. Enjoy your day, everyone. We'll see you all later. Bye, everyone. Bye.